think like T1 have the. I like T1's draft more. However, if Boom execute their draft, they should win.
Alrighty, well, Mike and John, please take us away into this.
Here into Carl with the Meld Strike, and as you can see, he does actually have the potential to fight back. Problem is, as soon as that refraction's gone, he is in trouble. As Carl, he might actually have a kill here. Japoi may have gone too far, but no, he will survive with the Fairy Fire.
I feel like it. I think the Husker is going to be a massive problem to
here we
deal
go.
with unless your TA is ready.
They found Tim's. That'll be the first blood. Gabby able to take it on the Medusa. First blood finally drawn, and of all things, they give it to the top net worth Medusa. Somebody moves in for that creep wave as they do push it out, and looks like Zephyr will move in to try and take it, but FBZ is going to be there with the immediate Burrow Strike. Quick TP's out, but the epicenter is going to be there from FBZ. Still, they do go for the life drain. FBZ going to be healed up here from Tim's. Might just be able to survive, though the jump in from Carl's going to be out, and they will find a positive trade for T1. Boom Esports just trying to get a little bit too excited, but, you know, they end up giving a pretty decent kill away back to T1.
That secondary life. T1, they're clumping up with a smoke here. FBZ
Yeah,
around
FBZ,
just to break.
Yeah, nice positioning from FBZ. Gonna break the smoke, and they just, well, actually, Jackie still almost getting caught out as FBZ. He's gonna go for an epicenter. Onto Gabby he goes. Zephyr is gonna melt, but now the arena down. Cuckoo setting up very nicely onto the Sand King as they try to save, but it's not gonna be enough. FBZ, he's still alive. He's gonna walk out of there, and now Gabby, he's the one falling, but in goes Carl. He'll try to start another fight towards the south. Still Jackie will jump in along with FBZ on the Sand King. Carl will be fine. Meanwhile, Gabby still being chased down by Japoi, but they can't catch him. Gabby and Cuckoo barely able to get out.
But they do take their position around Arosh, right? Like, they've still got good vision by the pit. They're preventing T1 from going for bigger objectives. T1 is still clumping up for the bot tower, and he should find Tim's here.
They may. Tim's, he'll get caught out with the bushwhack, and Zephyr is there with the sharpshooter into Cuckoo, who will have another spear. That'll be a great setup for T1, as now they can really go after that bottom T1. Of course, it is still going to be, they're not feeling quite safe. FBZ, he's got the epi, he sees Whitemon, he'll move in for a Burrow Strike, but there's not going to be the backup, not quite yet. Cuckoo, however, happily jumping in. It's going to be a very similar trade, as FBZ gives his life up for a support, but without the Sand King, it's going to be very hard to contest this Roshan. T1, they'll be happy with the trade, as they move in for the Roche. Boom Esports, they're going to try and stick around and contest this. FBZ, he'd really rather not buy back. So they're going to try and delay this as... Oh, Yapage, hold on a minute. He's in with the meld. They don't know about this. They don't know he's in there. T1 are going to back off, though. Yapage, could he somehow sneak farming? And both teams understanding how important this Roshan is just cannot let it go. So Carl going to take the trap out and try to move back in. After Roshan, still at about 1.3 KHP is the Roche. As Carl is going to move once again. In comes Gabby. He has Stone Gaze up. Roshan dropping low, but there's your Burrow Strike. FBZ's in. Arena down. But they've got the Aegis on Yapage. The TA picks it up again as FBZ. He will drop. Yapage, can he get himself out of here? He already popped the BKB. They get the overgrowth though, but the TA's still in big trouble. Blinding Light is out from Tim's. That may be enough as Yapage is still running, but the Bushwhack is in from Zephyr. And that's going to be the TA gone. At least for the first life, but they should definitely have a second. They do lock him down. And so you get the Aegis the way of Boom Esports. But T1 still clean up. Actually, Yapage not at a stage where he can carry this game for Boom, so it is all reliant on Jackie right now. The bot lane looks like a team fight has broken out, and they are going to find Yapage. Meanwhile, top lane, even Carl trying to make the jump in on Jackie is not going to be able to hold on to him. They get one across the map. FBZ will move on to Whitemon, trying for the Pugna, but he's going to go for a life train onto the anti-mage, and Cuckoo is going to show up. They won't even have the damage for the Pugna. Whitemon already in position on the Pugna to try and break the smoke, but they are going to wrap around the long way here at Boom Esports. Might run right into Carl. That'd be a great pick-off if they can find it. Instead, right now, they are going to focus on Zephyr, because that's the only hero they can see on the map. And that should be a free kill here for Boom. Eventually, if they have detection. And they will. Skem comes in to save the day. Even buys a gem straight off Roshan of the game. Again, Roshan's so important in a series like this. FBZ should be able to go scout it out. Cuckoo, not going to be able to land the spear. Very quick reactions from both teams so far this game one. from Boom. They know exactly where they are. Just reading the map very well. Jackie's gonna buy a BKB out now, and they might try to force this fight. Gabby, he'll move in, but FBZ, he's broken the smoke and moves in with the epicenter. But who have they got? It's gonna be Whitemon on the backside. Yopaj, he tries to jump in with the nullifier, but now he's been caught out with a bushwhack. He might just drop, and he does. So far, so good for T1. If they'll chase for a bit more now, they'll find Skem. And all they lose is Whitemon, as they've even found another, and it's going to be FBZ on the Sand King, who tries to run away. But in the meantime, Zephyr, he will also drop to Jackie. FBZ still going to try to run, but gets taunted by Carl.
From T1.
Now, T1 have just played this game 1 to perfection so far, not really allowing any openings whatsoever. And now Jackie, what a spear out from Cuckoo. He's going to land it on the AM, but do they have enough control? The bushwhack will land into the sharpshooter, but I don't think they have the damage. Oh, had Carl been...
It's a rough time for them. They have good high ground defense. They really need to find a good angle with the overgrowth and the burrow strike epicenter here.
Really smart itemization though from T1, like going back to the basher. Once you have the Abyssal Blade up, as soon as that taunt ends onto Jackie, you just stun him with an Abyssal Blade. It makes enough sense. You just need more lockdown for the anti-mage, and that's about all T1 want, as FBZ is going to try and jump in. Spears off the mark in the backside. Jackie, he gets caught out. He'll pop the BKB with the taunts there. They've got the control and they've got Jackie down. He's got no buyback. Oh, and here goes Yopaj. He will be the third to drop without buyback as well. Oh, and suddenly T1. It looks like they've got 2 Raxes. In fact, they're going for T4 towers now. Gabby, understanding they may not have buyback at the moment, are going to move in for the jugular straight off the bat, and they might just get away with it as tips are coming up from Carl. Onto the TA. Get those mind games going straight off the bat, John, here for game number 1. Is this game just over? Epicenter Burrow Strike is out. FBZ, he's going to try one last time. Carl, he'll make the jump in though and just takes him out. Oh boy. T1. Yeah, GG's call. They'll take it. Game number 1 of this best of 3 will go the way of T1. And it was a rather slow, methodical game, Jonathan, but you've got to give it to T1. They just make no mistakes.
They play so clean. They have this amazing...
CK could be in for not the easiest game picking into the Tidehunter, but if CK gets off to a good start, I think Boom can really snowball. Like, they can play their aggressive Boom kind of style.
FBZ and Tim's just trying to fight. FBZ actually very low right now, is going to get chased down. They have the sentry for the detection, and they're going to get first blood. And would you believe it, John? Gabby will claim first blood for a 2nd game in a row. Now in this best of 3 that you are the better team.
Yeah, and they certainly are shaping up that way. Very disciplined plays. They are rotating top.
Now that they are, Jackie very far forward with no support around him, is probably set to fall and will do. It's Carl with a very nice rotation of the Storm, a wrap around the long way, but they are running in the right direction. Skem is going to be around to try and help out, but it might be a 3v2 scenario. So they will see Jackie now. They've got the sharpshooter available on Zephyr, so the burst damage is going to be there as Whitemon. He's already laughing about this. Sharpshooter's going to be out. They even popped the Ravage just in case they needed it. And it's well worth it. The Skem, he'll get jumped to boot, but he cannot hold anyone down right now. He doesn't have level 6 yet. And Cuckoo, he might just be too tanky. He'll just walk right out. No problems for T1.
Yeah, it's a nice quick little snipe. Yopaj still chasing though.
Lands the chains, but doesn't feel confident. He'll move in again. Zephyr still dropping, but has the raindrops up. He'll go for the bushwhack now. The Illuminate, it's not going to connect. Remnants forward with the chains out will get it done. But they are having to try everything just to find these simple support.
It just doesn't measure up to this Luna. Yash already up on top of the Mask of Madness. Mantha to come out soon. The Luna's almost ready to go. Perhaps the BKB afterwards to really seal the deal. And FBZ?
Yeah, getting caught out again. That's one thing we haven't talked about at all, John. FBZ hasn't moved from that bot lane, and he's had the blink up for a while now. I say a while, but it may not have been that long, but it still surprises me as now chains are going to come out. Yopaj catching up both supports, but the blinding light is going to knock both of them away. He will still take Whitemon's life. But going back to my point, John, it does feel like FBZ needs to get a little bit more involved here for Boom Esports.
They need to play off the back of that Burrow Strike epicenter. In comparison, you know, we've already seen the Ravage come out from Cuckoo. Yopaj still diving. It is only Zephyr.
It's the only kills they can really secure right now, John. Yopaj, he needs every kill he can get, so that'll be the 4th of the game for him. Even with that terrible, even Zephyr looking to set up now. Might just move in. They'll have a Vortex into a Sharpshooter and a Bushwhack, and they'll take him down. Carl immediately getting the tips out. No hesitation.
Oh man, they scanned out that smoke, they make the move onto mid, and now they smoke themselves here on T1, disrupting Boom's movement. Might find something good.
They're just playing them like a fiddle. I mean, T1 is playing Boom Esports like a fiddle right now, John.
The Sand King, he loves his hero, he just hasn't seen the opportunity to use that blink yet, although perhaps top will be the place they do it.
Key center, FBZ gonna move in, but who's the target? They'll try on the Luna. Life Drain is out though. There's your Ravage from Cuckoo, and now the turnaround. Yopaj is gone again. More tips out from Carl as they've got the Sharpshooter. They'll take down FBZ to boot. It's a desperate play from a desperate team in game number 2.
That way.
Maybe now with the double damage. Maybe that fixes the problem. Gabby, into FBZ, he's gonna try and make a solo pick off right here and now with the Sand King. Gabby, highest net worth of the map, does not want to die like this, but he's completely alone. In the meantime, at least they find Schem. That's a massive pickup here for Boom Esports.
Yeah, really big, beefy illusions that stand and fight. They might still melt to that Luna.
Yopaj, Remnant away in time. Cuckoo, they're at least gonna find the keeper. So Tims will drop. Cuckoo still wants to keep going. He has Blink Ravage. There's your Nightmare out from Schem, but I think this might work the way of T1. How do you force this fight? Boom, they're still gonna try. Along with FBC, they'll go right after Whitemon. He might just drop and finally does. Cuckoo, he never got the Ravage off in time, so now they'll try for the Tidehunter. They'll try to take down the Watermelon. In the meantime, Carl is gonna pop the BKB and just kind of walk away. They'll continue onto Cuckoo with the epicenter. They might just have enough. So suddenly Boom Esports showing signs of life in this game number 2. Ravage is still available, so T1, they might be happy to fight, but they are kind of split up as Whitemon immediately caught out, is going to drop. And I feel like that's just one very important aspect before you go for a real big team fight, is get rid of the Pugna. And there's much more here as the Ember. BKB available, they want to try and move in, and Cuckoo's going to be targeted. Zephyr's around to try and help out Cuckoo. He has the Ravage. He's been very patient with it, as Yopaj will keep going with the BKB. Cuckoo, he's dropping low. He might need to pop it, but he'll hold out instead. He'll hold out. It'll be a 1-for-1 so far, but Boom now looking to back off as Carl moves in with Gabby, and the Eclipse is out. Jackie's going to drop on the CK. Even without the Ravage up, it won't matter, T1. They still find the better end of the trade. T1, you look at how much more comfortable they feel across the map right now as Schem gonna get jumped immediately by Carl. Schem still in trouble. He'll go for a Fiend's Grip, but it is not gonna last. Sharpshooter just takes him down as Yopaj. He'll at least take down Whitemon. It'll be a 1-for-1 on the pos 5s, but he can't go for much more. His BKB will wear out.
For the Ravage follow-up, there's a lot of AoE control from T1. And that Boom is still relying on only FBZ to really deliver that. Like it's all down to the Sand King with this initiation.
Oh, there's your Vortex out into the Ravage Cuckoo. He's right in on 4 of them. They've already got Schem and Tims down. They'll both fight back as Whitemon, he's going to be targeted on the Pugna FBZ. He'll keep going, and Jackie, he'll make the jump in. Cuckoo's gone. It's a complete mess in the mid lane as they've got Gabby on the Luna. They might be able to take him down. Gabby, he's dropping real darn low, but where's your damage output? It's not going to be there, but the Burrow Strike out from FBZ is just not enough. The Idol, he'll try himself as he gets Gabby down onto the Storm. They might clean up here on Boom Esports. Yopaj will do it himself. Does he have the chains out? He does not. It was on cooldown, but somehow Boom Esports end up winning that team fight.
And you don't catch Yopaj, he just has this huge window where he can rip through the back line. He's got the Axe
He's got
up.
the Axe up now. Things get very, very scary. 41 as it looks like the chase is on for Zephyr. Blinding Light will scout him out. Zephyr not going to get hit by the chains, but still in big, big trouble as Yopaj maybe have to back off now. Nightmare's going to be there though from Schem, and now the Fiend's Grip. They really want this hoodwink for Whitemon. He'll just heal him up through it, but he's going to end up getting taken down by Yopaj. Tims with the Illuminate flying right through Whitemon.
Of course, AoE Vortex is really deadly in such a tight spot.
Well, they need 15 seconds here, John, for that Ravage. Vortex will come out from Carl. It just won't catch anything. Meanwhile, the Idol, he's going to jump into the backside. He wants Whitemon down on that Pugner. He might just have him, but not quite yet. Whitemon, he'll survive. Meanwhile, FBZ jumps in with the epicenter, but the BKBs were there. He gets no damage off, and Boom Esports, they're the ones who need to retreat. As Cuckoo has brought back and now has Ravage available. And Bushan so low, Yopaj still waiting. Remnant is out, but it's way too early. He might try again. He's got one more now available off cooldown, but the Vortex is there from Carl. Ravage out as well. Roshan still up though. He got stunned outside of the pit. Aegis, Gabby, he'll be the one to take it. He'll snatch it away from Boom as Yopaj does get the Roshan. Is going to be spotted out. FBZ, do you want to keep going? In fact, they do. They spotted both supports, so Yopaj trying to move in, but Carl is going to be there on the Ember, trying to burst him down. It's not quite enough yet. In the meantime, Cuckoo's down. His Ravage will not be expended, as they'll even get Zephyr and Jackie. He finds Whitemon on the Pugner. It's a great team fight for Boom, as they're even going to find Gabby now. He'll try to BKB up and run, but they'll chase him to the ends of the earth. They want the Luna kill. The highest net worth on the map is going to go down. Now he's completely surrounded without a BKB. There is zero chance of survival. And Carl, he's already pushing out the mid lane.
Great use of that space, although no mana.
Carl's out of mana, John. And Yopaj has noticed this. He has no mana to play with right now. He'll try for the high ground. He might have enough time with the TP, and he does. Nice play from Carl to be able to get his way out. But in the meantime, Boom Esports are still going for a second lane of barracks here. And Yopaj, he's going to find a double damage on his way back to make matters even more difficult for T1. They're going to try and defend now. Carl, he'll move in with the BKB on, trying to take down Jackie, but he's got a Heart of Tarrasque. Gabby, he's going to pop the Eclipse, but the BKB keeping Jackie safe at least for now, as they'll try to heal him up. Nightmare is there. Jackie still dropping low, still trying to fight this one out, as here comes Japoy. They've got the CK down, but now Gabby's been caught up. The Ravage is there. Cuckoo, he may have turned it around. If they've got Yopaj down, FBZ still trying. Whitemon, he'll just keep life trading up. Suck him dry, Whitemon. Skem, he is somehow not able to get the punt, but now does. But now Carl jumps in with a 3-man Vortex, but won't follow up. So they've lost Gabby. In fact, FBZ's the one to jump back in with the Ethereal Blade out. They will take him down with Zephyr. It's a 2v2 scenario. And I Yopaj. So tense this team fight already, as Yopaj going to try and go on Zephyr, but they get the bushwhack off. Vortex is there. They'll try to blow him up, but no, the Fiend Grip is out. Carl, he's been caught out by Skem. They do not find the Bane either. Now Cuckoo's gone a boot. No Ravage available on the Tide. And Gabby, he's been left to his own devices. He needs to try and fight this one out, but he is all alone, just being helped out by Whitemon. He needs to leave the area. He's juking out the sharpshooter. Poor old Yopaj had to take it himself, but he won't mind on the Ember. Jackie's gonna move in. Even the Axe now up on Tim, so the Will-O-Wisp is available for the side of Boom, and that could make it even more challenging for T1, who is still
Ravage. Right, like it's always been that condition since they had this Ags up, and we saw a little bit of that when he had fight.
Oh,
he
Gabby.
needs to catch Yopaj.
He's been stunned up. They're forced to use the Ravage too early. They might find the Aegis, but this is exactly what Boom wants. They'll make the jump, and with a huge epicenter from FBZ to set up the fight, and now Carl's been caught out. Skem, it's a perfect Fiend Grip from Boom Esports.
No fight
Two
backs.
diebacks around, and that's GG. Game number 2 gonna go the way of Boom and John. We get our wish. Game 3 on the way between these two SEA Titans. And what a game 2 it was.
Yeah, that was...
I wouldn't talk that early, sir. TI is not guaranteed yet. Zephyr, he's going to get caught out. There's your TI Zephyr, right into the arrow. Cuckoo's going to try and protect them on the Aphotic Shield. They've saved the day. Zephyr's still alive. Yopaj is the one in trouble. He'll back off, but it's a 5v5 engagement. SEA Starless Cuckoo now. He's the one in danger. He's going to drop. They take down the Master. Oh, that's exactly the kind of opening you expect from Game 3 of T1 versus Boom. Keep trying to tell us you have all these friends that you keep going out with. Just relax. We all know you're sitting at home, just on your bed, you know, doing your thing. This top lane, we are going to see Cuckoo go down on the Mars. Zephyr unable to help.
Off the salve on Yopaj, and oh, there you go.
Yeah, never mind. First one was just a calibration arrow, John. Second one always hits.
Yeah, That's what you want to see. Heel Punch dominating mid, steady times with the DK mid, and they bought some stacks. They could go to clear it out.
Zephyr.
Not really gonna find that opportunity.
And then bot lane, Zephyr's gonna drop. Tim's landed another arrow there, and FBZ was able to help clean up. And again, this Mirana, John, it's very rare this man misses his arrows. He gets kind of on that momentum. It's very hard to slow him. Again, they are still 5k behind here, John. It's not a great spot for T1 whatsoever.
They definitely need to build up and have some farm injected onto something. Of course, Gabby clearing out the Ancients early. This should be the injection they need, at least right into the Dragonlance, into that Deso.
Not allowing the Epicenter to complete. He still pops in the end and tries to move in on Yopaj with Cuckoo there with the Arena Spear. Yopaj, he's still fine. Disruption's going to come out from Scam. Sharpshooter, it's going to be taken by FBZ, but he still ends up dropping. FBZ now, very, very low, needs a way out, but he's going to go down to boot. T1, what a great burrow strike from Carl. They'll have the follow-up and they'll just keep it going. This is exactly what T1 needed. They won't find Tim's, but they got a 3-for-0 trade at something they really right moment. Zephyr always around to be able to break the smoke if necessary, though Yopaj is still rushing forward. They might have vision. But never mind, they'll have to go on the hoodwink. Zephyr doing a very good job with that positioning to allow Gabby a way out of this. And boom, they'll have to take the support hoodwink instead.
Not the biggest
Triangle, but he's going to find a very angry FBZ, or rather, FBZ is going to find a very angry Carl and Gabby to move in. They've got plenty of damage on the... Oh, never mind. The chains interaction still works like that, apparently.
Yep, you can still do
So,
that.
they are. FBZ. Not going to get jumped yet. Carl still pump faking the epicenter. Boom, just patiently waiting for the jump in. Carl still not going for it, but now maybe this time he will commit into the burrow strike. They've got FBZ controlled up. They even found Deploy. Disruption. It'll buy a bit of time for the Dragon Knight, but they'll lose FBZ. And T1, it seems like the patience may end up paying off as they'll find 2 for nothing. And they found 2 cores on top of that, John. FBZ and Jackie both end up dropping. T1, they want more. Cuckoo will go for a bit of a chase. He might just find Skem here on the Shadow Demon. And that should be a third to come out, as even the neutrals helping out by copying the arrow. Skem, he'll just be surrounded. The T1, they'll get exactly what they wanted.
Great use of that TA Desolator, ripping through Jack.
Soon for Gabby, and that might just be around the time where you want to start really moving in and getting aggressive as T1. Bottom lane, who have they got? FBZ, or rather Yopaj, has been caught on the DK, and he's going to die. Carl once again with a great setup on the Sand King. And Boom Esports, they may not be able to find any form of a trade, as Carl is still walking away. They are on the chase, but it seems like the Sand King might just be fine. The advantageous position, but T1 are very patient here on the low ground, just waiting as they break the smoke on FBZ, but Whitemon getting jumped. In fact, never mind FBZ, he's gone too far. He's going to get blown up immediately. In the meantime, Whitemon, he'll have the borrowed time to survive, as they even found Skem on the Shadow Demon. And T1, they can just keep it going. As Carl kind of walked back the wrong way. Not going to be able to catch out Yopaj, but they do go for an immediate smoke up once again as 5. Into the Roshan pit, I guess. They did smoke into Phantasm Illusions. Tim's? No, Tim still gets caught out. He'll drop the Mirana, it seems, as he tries to leap away, but it's not going to be enough.
And that's the opening for Roche. Doesn't take too long with Gax. It's hard for the side of Boom to hold him down, and this kind of boils back to maybe a lack of teamfight. They're really good at single fight control, though.
They're going to try and still hear Yopaj. He's already in, but he's a bit too early to the party. BKB's popped. Who clicks faster? Carl, he's got the epicenter. Jackie, he's the fastest clicker on the map right now. He's got the Aegis, but Carl setting up for a secure team fight. They already kill off Yopaj. And they even found the Timber Saw. Looks like Zephyr's feeling like the real sniper today, John.
Oh yeah, he's from Gabby at this point, though.
Bottom lane, they have grouped up again. Jackie, kind of... Oh, Jackie, he's alone. Oh, I thought he was baiting for a second, but that is not the case. Boom Esports were retreating. Arrow's gonna fly through. Jackie, he's gonna be forced to BKB up and just try to run. He'll go for the TP, but Gabby's got so much damage. Oh, it barely isn't enough. But they're gonna lose the Aegis for free.
They map perfectly. They're lining up for a top tier 2 push. They would have the damage if Gabby shows up, but he's just playing the triangle instead, working towards the Daedalus. Damage out to Skyrock.
Jumps in, Yopaj is there to set up. They found the hoodwink for now, but he'll try to abuse the sharpshooter. It just won't be enough. One down here for Boom. FBZ to claim that kill. Retreat. Lines are drawn out. They want to go through the mid lane and wrap around the long way. No, even Carl trying to bait in the mid lane as now they have successfully done so. FBZ, he's going to get caught immediately. He'll try to survive with the BKB out, and he may have just done so. T1, they'll keep going. Skem, he's the first to go down as Boom, they will just try to retreat without these BKBs being up and available now. Even with Skem buying back, it doesn't seem like they feel safe going into this fight.
High ground with Gabby here.
He's got that Daedalus, John. He's just hoping someone walks past. A support preferably, but he'll try out FBZ. Arrow gonna land on Whitemon. That might be the opening they're looking for, but Cuckoo, he's gonna BKB up and just back off. Instead, they'll go after the Abaddon. And it's something. Not the greatest kill in the world, but it is certainly a start here for Boom.
It's one kill. They commit a lot to get that kill done. Dragon form on Yopaj, only half duration left. They do have their BKBs ready to go for a follow-up fight. Without that save, T1 might be in a bit more of an awkward spot. Roshan about 1 second.
And they go, Cuckoo. He got spotted out on the Mars. That'll force the buyback from Whitemon, but look at them die with so much damage being pumped out. Oh, they just melt. Whitemon, he bought back for this. Roshan's up as well to make matters worse for T1. It seems like this Rosh is destined to go the way of Boom.
Yeah, without the arena.
Last game around. It's Moonlight Shadow, Carl. This would be a massive kill if they can find it and they'll make the jump in, but they've got no stun out. Arena's going to be down. Cuckoo, he'll be there to save the day as Carl will turn around now with an FB center onto Jackie, but he'll man up and fight on the Chaos Knight. He's fine, at least for now, but he might just lose the Aegis. In fact, never mind. The armor toggles are enough. He'll survive another day. But I can't say the same for Skem, but they'll be happy with that team fight. A 1-for-1 in the favor of Boom Esports. And they might just be able to keep going.
That's massive. Like, they kill off Carl Lentz. This will force out the TPs. Jackie's still up front here.
He has the Aegis up though, John. 2 lives still available, and I think Boom Esports are more than happy to force another fight if they wish. Arrow. Oh, it's gonna land on Gabby. They've got Gabby stunned up. Do they have enough follow-up for him, though? They're going to go after the backside instead. They want Cuckoo down. Gabby, he's falling and he's gone. Oh, Cuckoo is still trying, but Jackie's just rushing right forward. There's no getting up for T1. Oh, and a rogue arrow from Tim's landing on the +1 of T1. That is not what you wanted to see if you're a team.
Position for T1, but Boom do hold the high ground. They're not going to be able to force that fight. Instead, just taking over a jungle, though they spot Tim's.
They are spotting Tim's indeed, but he'll just leap away. Gabby's still trying, but just unable to catch
They
him.
could push. They're too far.
They are very, very far right now. Yopaj, he's just going to move into the tier 3 mid tower. In the meantime, FBZ is still fighting. They do get scammed, but they're losing their objectives. T1, they need to go back and defend right now, but they are still trying to fight this one out, but they're finally onto Yopaj, who's going to BKB TP away. Beautiful. You love to see it. Moonlight Shadow. Oh, Carl. He's the target they've been looking for such a long time, and the Burrow Strike is out already, so they know they can catch him. Carl gonna try to run. There's your overwhelming blink out. He'll go for the TP attempt. He might just make it, but no, he is stuck and he is set to die. Did he cancel his own TP?
He had BKB up, Dragon Tail couldn't connect, and I don't think Reality Rift interrupts. They couldn't get Chaos Ball through spell immunity.
When they go, they want more. They're gonna find Cuckoo here on the Mars. That'll be 2 down. At least both have buyback here for T1, but they may be forced to commit it very soon, as Roshan once again is available. Boom Esports, they'll rush for the Roshan pit.
Not going to take too long with the output of Jackie. buybacks have to come out from T1 if they want to contest the top now, Mike. Going for that last set of racks in tier 3 here.
There you go. Again, very difficult to try and defend this against that Ancient Black Dragon here from Japoi. Jackie hitting like an absolute truck as well. So much HP to try and go through here for Gabby. Is he going to actually jump in?
What?
Gabby, I'm not sure about that, Gabby. He's going to have to back off at a great arena. Cuckoo, he may have saved the day, to at least find the Aegis of the CK first. The Yopaj gonna keep going. Onto the TA they go. Gabby in big trouble and he's gone. He'll buy back immediately, but they've got to keep the fight going here. T1 cannot back off. Their racks are just going down here to Jackie, who's just focusing on objectives as they might find Cuckoo. He does not survive through it. He'll buy back as well, but they're against Megas now. Can they keep this team fight going? A nice bushwhack from Zephyr. They'll jump in again. Yopaj, he's just so tanky. He's taken no damage here as they're throwing everything but their kitchen sink with this Dragon Knight. He will not die. There's another arrow out onto Carl, who's going to try to run, but it won't matter. They're against Megas. Boom Esports, they know this. They want to go right after the jugular. Into the tier 4 towers they go. Voice lines are coming out. Burrow Strike epicenter there from Carl, rather than just the Burrow Strike. They'll find FBZ, but can you keep Gabby alive? It does seem like they can. The Schem will purge him up. Carl and Gabby still trying to defend this Ancient. Yopaj's gonna jump in, but they've caught out this Chaos Knight Jackie. He needs some help right here, right now. Still trying to run, but he can't survive through it. The T1, they'll hold on to this Ancient for now. Can just kind of roam across the map whenever he wants, but top lane, Carl has been spotted. Yopaj has the ward down for the vision into the Dragon Tail and the arrow. Carl's gone. Tips out from Schem. Tips out from Yopaj. Everyone's tipping Carl now. Again, tier 4 towers are still standing. Megas are incoming. It's just such a hard defense for T1. They've got to commit that buyback on Carl. Gabby. We find Cuckoo. He's going to make the jump in, and Carl, he will commit the buyback. And we go for the fight. Cuckoo still falling low. He'll try into the Dragon Knight. Yopaj, he'll take no damage once again. They've got to look for the backside. Carl, he'll pop the epicenter. He might at least find Schem on the Shadow Demon. That'll be one, but it's a 4v4 scenario as Schem. He'll commit the buyback. Yopaj, he's still frontlining for his team, just not dying. They move in again onto the tier 4 tower. That'll be one gone. Carl, I'm not sure why you're trying to deny these tier 4 towers off right now. It's not the time, sir. Your second tier 4 under siege, but it's a very slow process. His arrow does land onto Whitemore with no borrowed time. He's just gone. He'll commit the buyback too. But that second tier 4 tower, it's not gonna last. Not very long anyway. Problem is the Dragon form is down. They'll make the jump in on Jackie. They'll try to go after the Chaos Knight. FBZ though is there to defend as they kill off Zephyr. He'll commit the buyback of the Hoodwink, but they are running very low on lives now on T1 as they jump in again. Boom Esports, who are we targeting? The Ancient's going down anyway. The Creeps are getting the job done. Bushwhack is there though, holding 2 down. They're still trying, but Jackie, he's onto the Ancient. He's done with this game. And Boom Esports get a 2-1 victory over T1. And I'll tell you what, John, that second major slot, it is still completely open for any team.
It is such a tight race for the majors here in Southeast Asia. Such a great series coming out from Boom and T1. You can see how relieved Boom is. They don't have too much leeway here, Mike. They forfeited the game versus NGX. They